Welcome back to the University of Queensland School of Architecture introductory series of Grasshopper and Rhino videos. Now we're going to pick up the problem where we left it in the last data matching video, where we're trying to connect a series of lines into three surfaces using the loft tool. Now, because we're aggregating all of our data into the one list, it's never going to be able to identify what lines to connect and how to separate them out. So we're going to have to divide up the data in a different way. Now, what we can do is we can try and visualize this, and we can do that through this parameters viewer. So under the parameters tool, the parameters viewer, if we look at the information coming in from here and right click draw tree, you can see we've got everything coming into the one data stream. It's on one branch. So the analogy of trees and pruning and grafting is quite prevalent in the way that it manages the tree of data in Grasshopper. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this curve canister here, and we're going to graft a branch to our tree using the graph tool. Now we're going to output from our line tool here into the graph tool, and then if we have a look into our data now, it looks a little different. So instead of being as one list, it's three lists with one item in each. And if we look and visualize that in the parameters viewer, you can see now all of a sudden that we've got three branches now to this list. And so logically speaking, if we've got our source, which is the first three lines that we've connected the dots with, and this is the copied version, so if we graft those as well, so we get the geometry, we regraph that, and if we just copy that information through there and plug that in, you can see now we've got two lots of data. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we've split the data into three elements, and now what we have to do is then recombine the elements in the first line with the elements of the first line, the elements in the second line with the elements in the second line, the elements in the third and the elements of third. And if we do that, then when we come to the loft tool, it will loft between those lines through there. Now, in order to do that, we're going to use the merge tool. So we're going to grab this stream and that data stream, and you can see when you plug in things, you can actually add and subtract further data streams into the merge. Now, if we actually take a look at what that looks like, you can see here the data's merged. I'll just move that up out of the way. But see, the line of the first line of information is combined into the first list, the second line to the second, third into the third. But if we get the parameters viewer again, we shouldn't see any difference because it's still the same hierarchy of information. So we've sort of split the data up. Now, fingers crossed, if we now send that data into the loft there, we'll actually get what we've searching for, which is three lofts connecting three lines that are offset the same distance apart. And you can see through here it's all parametric, so we can adjust the size of these, but of course these points here are fixed. These are all being driven out of the Rhino space. So these are fixed. These are not parametric, but these are parametric inputs. But the rest is parametric through here. Really, the sort of distance between them. So hopefully that gives some idea about how data matching and splitting data and recombining is necessary in certain instances to actually get a desired outcome. And it can become a little bit frustrating trying to get things to work in the way that they are. And it comes to sort of, I guess, the way of thinking through patterns and understanding the flow of data, which is again why it's super important to be sketching at the same time you're doing these routines, because sometimes it's not that intuitive what's happening, but when you sketch it out and map it out in your head, then you can figure out what the problem is and then try and figure out through the tools how to actually make that in the data space. So that's the end of the second video for data matching. Thanks for listening.